Hey YouTubers, this is Old John. I'm going to make a video today on a recent purchase and installation of some rust resistant aluminum lights. Got from Walmart. They're Better Homes and Garden value pack. Get supposedly 9 for the price of 8. They're on sale for $72.75. That's a saving of $24.25. Lighting totals 15 watts, 100 lumens for pathway lights, and 200 lumens for spotlights. There are 2 spotlights, 6 pathway lights, and a 30-watt transformer. So these are not solar, they have to be plugged into power. The spotlights go about 8 feet in light projection, and the pathway lights should be about 5 to 7 feet apart. These are the pathway lights, and these are the spotlights. So it's a 9-piece set. There's heights on them. The pathway are 16 inches tall. Spotlights are about 5 inches tall. So you choose a transformer location, and they have covers you can also buy for these transformers to make them water resistant. They're probably water resistant somewhat as they are, but where they connect into the outlet they're not going to be. And they have quick fit connections, which are nice and waterproof, and then you just cover the wires for a neat look. Each pathway light is 1.5 watts, and then the spotlights are 3 watts. There's a 5-year warranty on them. Warm white, long-lasting LED, and metal construction with textured oil rubbed bronze finish, and then a glass lens. Come packed nicely in styrofoam. Here's the manual, which is 2 pages, actually 4 pages, but 2 pages are in Spanish. As I said, they're Better Homes and Garden. More styrofoam. Now this is a little bracket to hang the light sensor on, and has a connector to put it into metal, or in our case stone. I'll have to drill a hole in the stone. So it's nicely packed. Okay YouTubers, here's the finished product. My air conditioner is running to the left here, so it's a little noisy, but I have to put this wire underneath the blocks. This is a spotlight here, and these other ones are just pathway lights. We have 2 spotlights. The other spotlight is on the very end. I'll show you in a minute. You have to have power, of course, and I've got an outlet here, an external outlet. I just temporarily have this plastic covering over in case it rains before I do something more substantial. I also have a timer because I don't want these to run all night. So But this is the transformer, class 2, and I think I'll have to confirm if it goes up to 35 watts. So you need to, of course, plug this in to power. In my case, I'm plugging it into a timer, like I said. It has a sensor, and I've got it temporarily just under this rock and being held up. This will turn it on, turn the lights on when the sun goes down. And then you have approximately 15 feet of wire here to put in. These connectors are really nice, and they're like this on all of the wires. There's a not to sound sexist, but there's a male end and a female, and there's a little notch and a little piece here that fits into that. They have a nice O-ring on them, and this slides up and they compress together. And then you just screw on the cap and tighten it down. Like so. It's a nice watertight fit. The wiring and everything's waterproof. All you have to do is just cover it. It says not to bury it any deeper than 6 inches, but I'm just going to probably cover it with my rock, like so. And so it's going to the first lamp. There's this amount of wire in between. That's probably about 10 feet of wire, and there again 5 feet on each from each light, and then you connect them together with the same kind of connector I showed you up at the transformer. So then there's a wire coming out of the spotlight that goes down towards the next light, and then you just connect the two together. They appear to be in series, but there's 2 wires that go together, so these are actually hooked up in parallel. Spotlight, it's about 5 inches tall, has a nut on the side you loosen to tilt it. You just push them down into the soil. If the soil is hard, you can wet it, or you can dig a little hole. I have to cover these wires. And you want to set these level, of course. Here's one of the path lights. They come apart in sections. So yeah, the pathway lights come in 3 seconds. We have to screw this in. It's aluminum. Then we put on the stake portion, and it has a groove in it, so you can slip the wire into it and then thread it in like so. and you want to thread the top part onto it, then it will keep the wires from turning. So you thread it on like that, and then just stick it into the ground. There again, depending on how wet your soil is. Ours, we've had a lot of rain, so it goes down pretty easily. And then you just move on to the next one. There's the connector between the two. We'll place these underneath these Lariopie bushes because we just installed this to hide the wires. And then this is the end on this side. And then we run the wire down under the step onto the additional spotlight. So we have 2 spotlights and 6 pathway lights. And there's the finished product. Transformer over there. Makes for a pretty nice setup. We might get some additional spotlights or pathway lights. Can't exceed the 35 watts of the transformer though. So I think they're pretty nice setup for the price, especially when you get them on sale. So if you go to Walmart right now, you can get them on sale. This is June 9th. This is June 9th, 2019. And then I'll show you when it's dark what they look like. Okay, so here are the completed lights. This is at the end of my driveway going down the concrete steps as I showed you earlier. Okay, there's a spotlight on the right illuminating the steps. And also the wall a little bit. And we have another spotlight down here lighting the remainder of the steps. Beautiful night out in the 70s. So there's the completed project. The transformer is on the wall over there. You can't see it probably. There's the patio on the back of my house, underneath my deck. It's the beginning of the steps, and walking up the steps. have a wire here I have to bury yet, or put underneath the blocks. So that's the end of the project. Old John signing off.